Evening everyone, it's your friendly neighbourhood Zort Rider here for another Transformers review. And tonight I'm going to talk to you about the biggest mismatch of twins since Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito met back in the 80s.
Do I look okay? You look better, let's put it that way.
I am of course talking about the mismatch clones, not twins but close, of the Autobot and Decepticon clones from the Titans Return line. Now these are a remake, reissue, reimagination or whatever of the 1988, 1989 twins. That was of course Wingspan and Pounce, the Decepticons, and Fastlane and Cloudraker, the Autobot twins. And the gimmick with those is they're exactly the same looking in robot mode, but they're transformed into different vehicles/animals. Now, because of the various box sets in Titans Return, we've already got a Pounce and we've already got a Fastlane, but they've come in £150, £160 box sets with a Leader class figure, a Voyager figure, a Deluxe figure, a Legends, and an extra Titan Master. So what Hasbro have done in all their genius is released this 2-pack containing each of the other two twins that wasn't available in the gift set special edition set. Of course, as a fan and as a completionist, that actually poses a question I'll come to a little bit later on. But let's start off with the review itself, and let's take a look at the box. Now, I've already showed you a quick glimpse of this. So you can see Cloudraker and Wingspan at either side of the boxes. You've got Decepticon logo on one side, you've got some artwork of the two here. You've got another Decepticon logo at the top, various writing at the bottom, and as I showed you on the back, you've got rendered images of both the Autobot and Decepticon clones in their vehicle modes, which of course are flight-based vehicle modes, whether it be a bird or some futuristic jet fighter. You also get a set of instructions, which includes Cloudraker on one side. There you go. And Wingspan on the other. And you get two collector's cards in this set. You get one for Cloudraker and one for Wingspan. And if you want to have a look at the tech specs, there you go. Interesting about these is it shows the vehicle modes rather than the robot modes on the cards. I think only Sea Spray has done that. I might be wrong up until this point, but it's an interesting turn for these cards. And as you know, I am a fan of these collector's cards, so they'll be going in my ring binder once I find the box with it in. So let's start off with Wingspan here, and here he is in his vehicle mode, or his bird mode. I actually don't know what kind of bird he is. I don't know if it says on the back of the box. No, it just tells you clone, brother of Decepticon Pounce. Oh, it actually says that Fastlane is actually Fast Clash in this series. Must be a naming copyright issue. Anyway, back to Wingspan. So you can see, if I'm honest with you, I think the Generation 1 mould of this, A, has more posability, and B, looks better. It's a fun figure, but you've got no real, a little bit of wing movement there due to transformation. You can unplug these and move them back, but then the wings go in an unnatural position. It's a good looking toy, and it is a Legends figure. We need to remember that. However, I mean, articulation wise, you are very limited. Head can go up and down, but his robot mode head appears there. So yeah, I'd say it's maybe a 6 out of 10 at a push for a vehicle mode. Not bad, but could do better, Hasbro. Let's have a look at some of the details. So there's the bird head sculpt. You can see underneath you've got feet. Everything tucks away quite nicely, except for his head, obviously. But I suppose you could turn that round the other way. You've got a bit of a gap at the top here. I'm not sure whether that's to fit a Titan Master. I don't think so, though. There's no pegs. And there is actually a lack of weaponry on this guy as well, both in vehicle mode and, in animal mode, beast mode and robot mode. He has no weapons. So should we transform him? So you pull the wings down and you lift these arms to the side by pushing these pieces in. You then rotate the legs round so the ball sockets face the front and straighten the legs out. You fold the wings up. You fold the tail flap up. Oh. Actually, you don't fold the tail flap up, you just leave that hanging at the back. You rotate the arms round, and then you pull the bird head back to reveal Wingspan in his robot mode. I prefer him a lot more in robot mode, to be honest with you. I like the blue colour. I think it's a great homage to the original figure. No, I'll go for the articulation first. So the head can do a full 360. The arms can also do a full 360 on a ball joint, and there's an elbow on the ball joint as well. You've got no wrist articulation, no wrist swivel. Legs can go forward, but can only go back to about there if you lift this flap up. You have got a swivel on there, even though it is quite tight, and no ankle pivot as you would expect for a Legends figure. Paint-wise, I don't like this white coloured plastic. It looks a little bit cheap in my eyes. And speaking of eyes as well, I don't know if you're the same, but those eyes just look a little bit too close together. Could have done with a little bit more detailed paint on the head. But I do like this hologram that's on the chest. I really like that touch. That's really nice. I don't know if it warms up if you touch it, like the old rub stickers. It does a little bit. So yeah, all in all, I mean, I'll give Wingspan here probably a 6.5 out of 10. Maybe a 7 at a push for nostalgia purposes. But could do better, in my opinion. So on to the second clone, twin, whatever, who's not a twin of the guy that's in the box. We're on to Cloudraker, and to me, this is a star of the set. I have got the Generation 1 versions of this, but they're in very beat-up condition. And I honestly love the original Wingspan and Pounce, but I think in these Titans Return figures, for whatever reason it may be, that they've nailed this guy more than Wingspan. So let's have a look at his vehicle mode. We've got some black plastic wings here. We've got I think that's a Tapographed Autobot logo there, and another one there. Got a little bit of blue paint around there. It is a little bit scratched. Yeah, you've got... That's it really for paint. Little bit of overspill there, but you know what, it's okay. I really like this mode. I mean, yeah, you have got visible head syndrome at the bottom, but it is a Legends figure, let's not forget that. Transformation is pretty simple. So you fold this part backwards, you then rotate the legs inwards and fold these wings round in on themselves, making sure that the foot's out first, unlike I did there. And then what you do is you pull the arms out, you flick the wrists or the hands out, you take this section and fold it back on itself and rotate the head round. And there is Cloudraker. Before I continue, you might notice a little bit of noise in the background, and that is because we've got the washing machine on, so sorry about that. When there is a door on here eventually, or when the room's done, then that won't happen. But yeah, here he is, Cloudraker. I really like this robot. I think he's got a great head sculpt. Compared to the head sculpt of Wingspan, you can see which one's the winner in my opinion. This guy all the way. He has got the hologram here of his jet mode on his chest, which I'm not sure whether you can see or not. Can't see it very well, but you have to do it. You can see a bit of it there. You have to trust me, it's there. Articulation, exactly the same. Head can do a full 360. Arms can do a full rotation and bend at the elbow. Legs can go all the way forward and all the way back on this one, and you do get a bend at the knee and a little bit of forward and back on the foot due to transformation. Some nice paint apps around here that matches the plastic on the leg. This plastic is almost...
Bees! Bees! Bees!
He's a great bot. In my opinion, he's probably pushing an 8 out of 10 in both modes. He's a lot of fun. He's a great figure. His joints are a lot tighter than Wingspans as well. So I mentioned earlier a predicament as a collector and a completionist. I only have one of each brothers here. And that makes me want to go and buy Pounce, and it makes me want to buy Fast Clash or whatever his name is. Now the dilemma is this. Do you you've got three options really. You hang about on eBay and you pay through the nose for a Legends figure, probably pushing £30 or £40. I know that I think Mr. Wilderness paid around the £30 mark for pounds. It might be even more. So that's one option. The other option is to blow 160 quid on each of the sets and spend 320 quid, get some extra robots, but essentially you're looking for these two brothers if you can get your hands on them. The third option, and probably the most tempting, is just to buy the Takara 2-packs. Now the Takara 2-packs are coming out with slightly different paint decos. Wingspan and Pounce look exactly the same, except these lovely vivid pink colours are now a blue colour. And in Fast Clash and Cloudraker, you're looking at this being more of a pink colour to match the Japanese cartoon. So none of those options really give me the set of robots that I want for an affordable price. So the fourth hope, more of an option, is that we get another 2-pack with the other two guys in from Hasbro. And I'm hoping that happens, really. I mean, they will get their money's worth in. It is just a re-release of a mould they've already used. And let's face it, it's a mould that they haven't really got the use out of. How many more pounces have they? How many times have you used the pounce mould? None. I can even think of. Same with Fast Clash. I don't think they've used that mould or even tried to use a mould for anything else. So it's interesting. What am I going to do? I haven't got a bloody clue, to be honest with you. I think that I will just see what happens. These guys were priced at £35 at TFN. I didn't get them at TFN, and the reason for that was I think £17.50 each for each of these guys with this paintwork is a little bit of a rip-off, to be honest with you. And I didn't buy any Titans Return at all at TFN. I got these from eBay from a seller who was selling them second hand, still in the box, for 25 quid postage. So they cost me, minus the postage, probably about 22 quid, £11 each. That feels about right for a Legends figure. So, are they worth getting? You know what, I'd say yes, absolutely, especially for the Autobot guy. Would I pay more than £30 for them? Absolutely not. Unless you're going for the Takara option, and then I can understand you wanting to get the 2-packs, if that makes sense. And you do get a bit of extra paint as well on there. Do I suggest picking them up? Yes, but think about how you want to complete them. Don't buy this pack if you only want one set of the twins, because the other one's going to cost you a fortune. Wait and get the Takara set. But there's a lot of options out there for us, so yeah.
You may not be identical, but you're still twins, so may as well knock this one off my bucket list.
I've been Zort Rider anyway. I hope you've enjoyed this little review, and I'll speak to you again soon.